Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched English movies, gone to English classes, or even studied grammar? But when you try to speak, your mind goes blank. You forget the words. You don't know how to make a sentence. You feel stuck. Does this happen to you? Don't worry. It happens to many people. You think, I watch films. I study hard. I do everything my teacher says. Why can't I speak fluently? The answer is simple. You are missing one important thing. Something most learners forget. That thing is reading. Yes, reading. I know it sounds boring. I know you think reading is too hard. But I promise, reading in English is one of the best ways to improve your language. It helps you learn new words. It helps you understand grammar. It even helps you become more confident when you speak. And the best part? You don't need to memorize anything. You don't need to write notes. You just read. Reading gives your brain English in a natural way, like a child learning their first language. Slowly, your brain understands the patterns. You see the same words many times. You see how sentences are made. You learn without thinking too much. And reading doesn't have to be boring. You can read stories, comics, short books, even fairy tales. If it's fun, you will learn more. If it's easy, you will read more. If you read more, you will speak better. So stay with me. I will tell you everything, step by step. Even if you're a beginner, you can do this. In the end, you will understand why reading is the secret to learning English. Chapter 1. Why reading is the key to English. Why should I read in English? My students ask. I go to English class. I do grammar exercises. I even watch English films. Isn't that enough? But I always say the same thing. If you want to learn English well, really well, you must read. Reading is not just helpful. It is the key to everything. When you read, your brain sees how English works. You see real sentences. You see real grammar. You see new words in context. That means you understand the word because of the words around it. You don't need to study a long list of vocabulary. You just read. The words come again and again, and your brain starts to remember them. Reading also helps your grammar. You don't need to think, is this present simple or past simple? Your brain sees the patterns again and again, and then one day, you just know. You feel what is right, not because you studied the rule, but because you read it 100 times. Reading helps with spelling too. Think about it. When you see words often, you remember how they look. If you only hear a word, you might know the sentence, but you don't know how to write it. Reading shows you the words over and over, and slowly you learn how to spell them without even trying. Many people believe that speaking is the most important skill. I understand. Speaking is exciting. It feels active. You feel like you're using the language. But here's the truth. Before you speak well, you need to understand a lot of English. You need something called input. That means you need to hear and read a lot of English before you can speak it easily. Think about a baby. A baby listens for a long time before they say their first words. You are the same. Reading gives you more input than anything else. You can read slowly. You can go back if you don't understand. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to feel shy. The book doesn't laugh at you. The book doesn't say, "That's wrong." It just waits for you. When you read, you also start to think in English. This is important. Many learners always translate in their heads, from their language to English. That takes time. That makes mistakes. But when you read often, you start to feel how English sentences work. Your brain makes faster connections. You start thinking in English, and that changes everything. I had a student named Maria. She was from Brazil. She could speak some English, but it was slow. She always stopped to think. She wanted to speak faster. 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 So I told her, "Try reading." She said, "But I want to speak, not read." Still, she listened. She read a simple story every night before bed. After 2 months, she came to class and spoke faster, with better grammar. She didn't study any grammar, she just read. So yes, reading works. Not just for me, not just for one student. It works for everyone who tries it. If you want to improve your vocabulary, grammar, spelling, writing, and even speaking, start reading. You don't have to read a lot. Even 10 minutes a day is enough. But make it a habit. Make it part of your life. Reading is not something extra. It is not something nice to do. It is the foundation, the base of learning English. It is the first step toward thinking, writing, and speaking better English. Now you know why reading is the key. In the next chapter, I'll show you how reading works in your brain and why it helps you learn faster than you think. Chapter 2. What happens in your brain when you read? Now you know. Reading is important. But maybe you're still asking, how does reading help me learn English? What happens inside my brain when I read in English? The answer is simple and amazing. When you read, your brain is doing many things at the same time. You are looking at words. You are thinking about the meaning. You are hearing the sentence in your mind, even if you are reading silently. And slowly, your brain starts to understand how English works, all by itself. Let me explain. When you do grammar exercises, you try to remember rules. This is the past tense. This is the present perfect. I need to put have before the verb. But it's hard. You use your short-term memory. And short-term memory is not strong. You forget things quickly. But when you read a story, you see the same grammar again and again. You are not thinking about the rule. You are just imagining. You are just enjoying the story. But your brain is noticing. It sees the same grammar many times, in many different ways. This is called natural grammar learning. You don't study it. Your brain also starts to remember new words, not just the meaning, but also the spelling, the sound, and the way it is used. When you see a word in one sentence, your brain might not remember it. But when you see it in 10 different stories, your brain says, "Ah, I know this word now." That's called long-term memory. That is how real learning happens. Many people use flashcards. Flashcards can help, but they are not the best way to learn. They are not the best way to remember words, because flashcards are just one word at a time. Your brain doesn't see the word in a sentence. It doesn't feel the meaning. It's just work. But when you read a story, you learn words in real sentences. You learn how native speakers use them. You learn the emotion of the word. You learn the word with context. And that's how your brain remembers it. Your brain also loves patterns. That means it likes when things happen, again and again. When you read stories, the grammar and words repeat. The sentences are similar. Your brain sees the same structure in many different ways. Slowly, without thinking, your brain learns the pattern. Let's say you read this sentence. She didn't go to the party. Maybe later you read, he didn't eat his lunch. And later again, they didn't finish the homework. Your brain starts to think, didn't plus verb. That means something didn't happen. You didn't study it. You just read it. Again and again. This is called comprehensible input. That means you read something that is easy enough to understand, but not too easy. You don't understand every word, but you understand the meaning. You don't feel stress. You don't feel tired. You enjoy it. That's the best kind of learning. When you enjoy reading and you understand the story, your brain is relaxed. And when your brain is relaxed, it learns more. That's why reading is better than tests, better than exercises, better than trying to remember a list of words. Reading is powerful. You are giving your brain thousands of examples of real English. The grammar, the words, the spelling, they all go into your brain. You don't need to remember them. Your brain remembers them for you. Slowly, without pain, without pressure. This is how children learn. They hear words many times. They don't study grammar books. They don't do tests. They just listen and talk and listen and talk. You are doing the same thing, but with reading. That's why reading works. So now you know what reading is, what reading does inside your brain. In the next chapter, we will talk about something very interesting. We will compare reading to traditional learning, to grammar lessons, vocabulary books, and memorizing. You will see why reading is not only easier, but also more powerful than most methods people use. Chapter 3. Reading versus traditional learning. Many students spend years learning English. They go to grammar classes, they study vocabulary lists, they do speaking drills. But still, they cannot speak fluently. Still, they make simple mistakes. Still, they feel nervous when they try to speak. Why? Because they are learning English in the traditional way, the old way, and that way is not enough. Let me tell you about my student, Ahmed. He studied English for 6 years in school. He knew grammar rules. He could do tests very well. But when he came to my class and tried to speak, he couldn't. He said things like, I go yesterday, mark it. He knew it was wrong, but he didn't know why. He was frustrated. He said, why can't I speak? I know the grammar. I gave him one piece of advice. Start reading. He didn't believe me at first. I need to speak, not read, he said. But I told him, just try. Read for 15 minutes a day. Choose something easy. Don't use a dictionary. Just enjoy the story. How goals helped me. I set small goals when I was learning. My first goal was to learn 10 new words a week. Then I set a goal to read a book in English. Reaching these goals made me happy. It showed me that I was getting better. So set goals for yourself. They will help you a lot. Review what you learn. It's also good to review what you learn. When you review, You remember things better. Look at your notes. Read your old writings. Listen to the same story again. The more you review, the more you remember. How I reviewed. I used to review my notes every week. I read them over and over. This helped me remember what I learned. It also helped me see how much I had improved. So take time to review. It will help you a lot. Stay positive. Another important thing is to stay positive. Learning a new language can be hard, but if you stay positive, it becomes easier. Believe in yourself. You can do it. When you feel down, when you feel like you're doing something, when you feel down, remember why you started. Keep your goal in mind. I had times when I felt like giving up, but I stayed positive. I told myself that I could do it, and I did. Staying positive helped me a lot, so always stay positive. It will help you reach your goal. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Also, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are part of your life. They are part of learning. Everyone makes them. When you make a mistake, don't feel bad. Learn from it. It will help you get better. Mistakes helped me grow. I made many mistakes when I was learning, but I did not let them stop me. I learned from them and I got better. So don't be afraid of mistakes. They are your best teachers. Enjoy the journey. Lastly, enjoy the journey. Learning English is a journey. It's full of new things to discover. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. The more you enjoy it, the easier it becomes. My joyful learning. When I was learning, I enjoyed every step. I loved learning new words. I loved understanding new stories. Enjoying the journey made it fun, and it helped me learn faster. So enjoy your journey. Make learning English much easier. Surround yourself with English. As we continue on this journey, let's remember another tip. Surround yourself with English. This means trying to be around English as much as you can. Listen to English music, watch English movies, and read English signs. The more you see and hear English, the more you will learn. How I used English around me. I changed the language on my phone to English. At first, it was hard to understand everything, but soon I got used to it. Every time I used my phone, I learned something new. So surround yourself with English. It will help you learn faster. Repeat to remember. Another helpful tip is to repeat. Repetition is very important when learning a new language. When you repeat something, you remember it better. So don't be afraid to go over the same words or sentences again and again. How repetition helped me. I used to repeat words out loud every day. I said them until they became easy to remember. Repeating helped me a lot. It made me more confident. So repeat everything you learn. It will make a big difference. Make learning fun. Sometimes learning can feel boring, but you can make it fun. You can sing songs in English. Singing helps you remember words. Plus, it's a lot of fun. You can also make up little stories with the words you know. This way, learning becomes like a game. My fun learning habits. I used to sing songs in English every morning. It made me happy and ready to learn more. Sometimes I made up funny stories with my new words. This made learning enjoyable. So find ways to make learning fun. It will keep you motivated. Use new words right away. Another tip is to use what you learn right away. When you learn a new word, try to use it in a sentence. Use it when you talk or write. The more you use it, the better you remember it. Using beautiful. Once I learned the word beautiful, I used it to describe everything. The sky was beautiful. The flowers were beautiful. Even my breakfast was beautiful. Using the word helped me remember it. So always use what you learn. It will help you remember. Take your time. Also, don't rush. Take your time. Learning English is not a race. It's okay to go slowly. It's okay to take breaks. The most important thing is to keep going. Even just one word a day, you are still learning. Slow but steady. I remember when I was learning, I sometimes felt like I wasn't moving fast enough. But then I realized every little bit counts. Every new word was progress. So don't rush. Take your time and enjoy the process. Keep a journal. It's also good to keep a journal in English. Write about your day, your thoughts, or even your dreams. You practice your English every day. When you do a little every day, you are not only getting better, you are also building strong habits. These habits help you move forward, even on days when you don't feel very strong. Now let's talk about motivation. Many people say, I will study when I feel motivated, or I will exercise when I feel like it. But here's the truth. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel excited and ready to work, but on other days you feel tired or bored. That's normal. Motivation is like the weather. It changes. Sometimes it's sunny and sometimes it's cloudy. You cannot wait for perfect weather to go outside. In the same way, you cannot wait for motivation to take action. This is where consistency becomes your best friend. Consistency stays, even when motivation leaves. It's about doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. It's about keeping your promise to yourself. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation to do it. You just do it every day because it's a habit. That's how you want to treat your goals too. Make them part of your day. Make them a habit. And that habit will take you far. Let me share a simple story. There was a man who wanted to improve his English. He was very busy with work and family, but he decided to listen to English podcasts every morning for just 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes. Some people told him that's not enough, but he continued. Day after day, week after week. He listened while walking, while cooking, or while cleaning. After a few months, his listening got better. He started understanding more words and sentences. Later, he started speaking with more confidence. He didn't study for hours. He was just consistent. That's what made the difference. You see, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Show up for your goals every day, even in a small way. If you miss a day, it's okay. Just come back the next day. Don't quit. Don't say, I failed. I will try again. Because one small action each day is more powerful than one big action once in a while. So remember this. Consistency is stronger than motivation. Small actions build strong results. If you want to grow in English or in life, don't wait for the perfect time. Start today, keep going tomorrow, and believe that your small steps will lead to big success. That's the real power of consistency. Consistency is not just a good habit. It's a life-changing one. It's a life-changing one. Consistency is not just a good habit. When you are consistent, You give yourself the chance to improve, grow, and succeed. Improve, grow, and succeed. Let's explore the many wonderful benefits of being consistent, not only for learning English, but also for your personal life. First of all, consistency helps you improve your skills and make real progress. Think about any skill you want to learn: reading, writing, speaking English, cooking, driving, or playing the guitar. No one becomes great at these things in just one day. Improvement happens slowly, step by step. When you practice a skill every day, even for a short time, you get better. Your brain learns better. Your hands move faster. Let me ask you, what did you do yesterday? What did you do the day before? And what are you planning to do tomorrow? Still nothing? Still the same? Still waiting for someday? That someday will never come. It's a lie. Your dreams don't care about your excuses. The world doesn't care about your reasons. Only your results matter. Solution: start valuing your hours like gold. Write down your daily plan. Focus on one thing that will push your life forward. Cut 1 hour of social media every day. Use it to read, learn, or grow. Time is your friend only if you respect it. Otherwise, it becomes your biggest enemy. Lesson 2. Stop blaming and start building. Your life is your responsibility. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss, not your government. You. Only you. You. People waste years crying about what they didn't get. I didn't go to a good school. My family doesn't support me. I don't have the money. I don't have talent. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Do you know who wins in life? The person who says, I don't care what I didn't get. I'll create something from nothing. Look around you. The most powerful people in this world. Many of them had nothing. No money, no support, no guidance. But they had one thing: the decision to change everything. Example: think about someone like Oprah Winfrey, born in poverty, abused as a child. Today, a billionaire and one of the most respected people in the world. She didn't sit and cry. She didn't blame. Accept your story, but don't be a victim. Say this every day: I'm responsible for my life. Write your problems on paper, then write one solution for each. No matter how small. You are not weak. You are not unlucky. You are just not using your power. Your comfort zone is a trap. You wake up, check your phone, eat something, watch videos, scroll Instagram, maybe study a little, sleep again, repeat. It feels easy. It feels relaxing. But do you know what's happening? You are dying slowly. From the inside. Your comfort zone is killing your dreams silently. Because there is no growth in comfort. All success lives outside of it. You want to speak fluent English? Even if you make 100 mistakes, you want to start a business, then start. Even if you fail the first 10 times, but most people never start. Because they're scared to feel uncomfortable. They're afraid of failure, afraid of embarrassment, afraid of people laughing. Let them laugh. Let them doubt you. But you keep moving. Imagine a seed. If it stays under the soil, it will grow, become something powerful. You're the same. Solution: do something uncomfortable every day. Speak English even if you're scared. Join that class. Apply for that job. Post that video. Fail proudly. Fail loudly. But fail forward. Because nothing great ever came from staying safe. Lesson 4. I'll do it later. is the biggest lie you're telling yourself. Let me be brutally honest with you. If you are someone who keeps saying, "I'll do it later," then understand this truth. You are lying to yourself. And the more you lie, the more you destroy your own life. Quietly, slowly, and permanently. "I'll do it later" is the voice of laziness. It is the voice of fear. It is the voice of your weaker self trying to trap you. It doesn't mean "I will do it later." It actually means "I don't want to do it at all." Look around you. The people who win in life are not the ones who say later. They are the ones who say now. Right now. This second. They act. Even if they're not ready. Even if they're scared. They act because they know later becomes never. You keep saying you want to learn English. Then do it now. You keep saying you'll exercise. Start a side hustle. Read a book. Fix your sleep. Meditate. And when does that later come? Next week? Next month? Next year? Time is not your slave. It doesn't wait for you. You don't get a message saying your time is over. It just ends. And you will be left with one thing: regret. The worst pain in this world. Example: I started that YouTube channel 2 years ago. You didn't. Why? Because of fear. Because you said later. Now someone else is doing it. Someone else has your dream. And you sit there watching their videos thinking, "That could have been me." Solution: set a timer. 10 minutes. Whatever it is, start it now. Stop overthinking. Tell yourself this: if I don't do it now, I probably never will. And just begin. Not perfect, just begin. One action now is better than 100 perfect plans for later. Lesson 5. Stop thinking. Start doing. Your mind is your best friend and your worst enemy. And for most people today, their mind is their cage. Why? Because they think too much and do nothing. You want to start a business. You think about it for months. You want to speak in English. You think about speaking. Watch videos. Take notes. But never speak. You want to go to the gym. You plan the routine. Buy the clothes. Download the app. But never actually go. Overthinking is destroying your life. You think so much that you become tired before even starting. You imagine the failure before even trying. You write the story of defeat before even playing the game. And that's why you stay stuck. Thinking is important, but only for a short time. After that, it becomes fear. And fear is a liar. You don't need to know everything to begin. You just need to begin. You want to improve your English? Don't just watch motivational videos. Start speaking. Start writing. Start listening every day. Speak in front of the mirror. Record your voice. Make mistakes. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect English. You just need to do. Example: imagine a guy who wants to learn swimming. He reads books on swimming, watches 50 videos, buys the best swimsuit, and talks to swimmers, but never jumps into the water. Learn, number. You're doing the same with your dreams. Solution: think for 10 minutes, then act for the next 10 hours. Build momentum. Let action become your habit. Shut down your mind and let your hands move. Let your legs move. Let your life move. Because success doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. Lesson 6. Be that guy. Not the lazy one. Not the one who complains. Not the one who always gives up. Be the guy who does what others don't. Be the guy who wakes up early when others are sleeping, who studies when others are partying, who speaks when others are scared, who believes when others laugh, who keeps going when others quit. Be the guy who inspires without saying a word. Not everyone will believe in you. That's okay. Not everyone will support you. That's okay. You support you. You believe in you. People will doubt you. They will say, "You've changed." Let them. You're not here to stay the same. You're here to grow, to evolve, to become the man who doesn't need validation, because his success speaks for him. In every family, in every group of friends, there's always that one person who becomes something big, the one who proves everyone wrong. Why not you? Why do you think success belongs to someone else? Why not you? Solution. Every morning ask yourself, what would a disciplined man do today? Then do that. Dress like success. Talk like success. Walk like success. Don't tell people your plans. Show them results. Be that guy who people talk about. Years later, because you changed everything. It's consistent. How to stay consistent? Start small. Don't try to do too much at once. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough. Make a routine. Set a fixed time for your practice. For example, practice English every morning. Track your progress. Keep a small notebook or use an app to track your daily progress. Stay motivated. Remind yourself why you started. Imagine how good you will feel when you improve. Be patient. Results take time. Trust the process and keep going. Consistency is the secret to success. No matter what goal you have, learning English, getting fit, or improving a skill, small repeated actions will lead to big results. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up every day and doing your best. So, if you want to improve your English or anything else, don't wait for the perfect moment. Practice a little every day and stay consistent. You will see amazing results. The science behind consistency. How are habits formed? Habits are actions that we do repeatedly until they become automatic. When we first start something new, our brain has to work hard to focus. But the more we repeat them, the easier it becomes. This happens because of a process in our brain called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt. Inside our brain, there are billions of tiny connections called neurons. When we repeat an action, these neurons form pathways. The more we repeat the action, the stronger the pathway becomes. Just like a trail in the forest that becomes clearer, the more people walk on it. For example, when you first learn to ride a bicycle, it feels difficult. You have to think about balancing, pedaling, and steering all at the same time. But after practicing many times, your brain strengthens the connections, and riding a bike becomes automatic. The same thing happens when learning a language, playing a sport, or building any new habit. Repetition strengthens neural pathways. The brain works like a muscle. The more we use it in a certain way, the stronger it gets in that area. Each time we repeat an action, we are strengthening the neural pathways in our brain. This is why consistency is key. If we stop practicing, those pathways weaken and we start to forget what we learned. Think of a dirt road. If cars drive on it every day, the road becomes smooth and clear. But if no one uses it for months, grass starts growing and the road disappears. Our brain works the same way. The more we practice, the easier things become. The compound effect. Small daily improvements lead to big success. There is a powerful idea called the compound effect, which means that small daily improvements add up to huge success over time. Even tiny progress, when repeated every day, leads to amazing results in the long run. Imagine putting just $1 in a savings account every day. It doesn't seem like much at first, but after a year, you will have $365. After 10 years, you will have $3,650. And if you keep going, your money will grow even more. The same idea applies to learning. If you learn just one new word in English every day, after a year, you will know 365 new words. After 5 years, you will have learned 1,825 words, which is enough to have great conversations. Success doesn't happen overnight. It comes fast, from small daily actions that build over time. Real-life examples of consistency leading to success. Athletes, the best athletes in the world, don't become champions overnight. They practice every single day, even when they don't feel like it. A basketball player who shoots 100 free throws every day will become much better than someone who only practices once a month. Successful entrepreneurs. Business leaders like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos didn't build their companies in one day. They worked on their ideas every day, improving little by little, learning from mistakes, and staying consistent for years. Language learners. Imagine two people learning English. Person A studies for 30 minutes every day, while person B studies for 5 hours once a month. Even though person B studies for a long time in one session, they forget most of what they learned because they don't practice often. But person A, who studies every day, will improve much faster because of consistent repetition. Why most people struggle with consistency. Many people give up too soon because they don't see fast results. But consistency is like planting a tree. In the beginning, you don't see much happening. But if you keep watering it every day, it will slowly grow into a strong tree. The problem is that people stop watering their tree before it has a chance to grow. To stay consistent, remember, progress is slow at first, but it will add up over time. Don't focus on perfection. Focus on showing up every day,